What's up, Geek? The wait is over. The disappointment is over. No more disappointment, except for everything on the show today. Wait, what? That's right. Talking about all this stuff, which happens to be Wonderwoman 84. Finally handling it. Finally getting into it. It was called the most disappointing movie of all of the entire year, but is it the most disappointing movie of all time? These guys have something to say for it. Is it the most disappointing comic movie of all time? These guys have something to say for it. Without further ado, let's get into it.
Welcome back. Your dreams were your ticket out. Welcome back.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Into Geek podcast. I am Andrew, joined by Chase.
Hello.
But no Allison. New year.
Where is she?
New year, we're already down a person.
We couldn't afford her.
Oh, yeah, that's it. Guys, we are back after a 1 week hiatus for the holidays and everything else. We earned it, you know?
We did.
We earned that. And we decided, and things might look a little different now. Looks a little more green screeny. I'm also
It's like Santa visit Drew.
Right? It's so weird. Yeah. And also, I am on a different side now or whatever, which is super weird. But Wonder Woman dropped.
Yes, Christmas night,
and we didn't really get a chance to really get into it.
No,
and it has since become
rotten.
Yes, but it's also very divided.
Yeah, it is very.
So we thought we would go ahead and give our breakdown of the film.
Okay,
and this is almost like a preview of our Second Chance Theater, which we filmed our first episode for that. On Ready Player One. Yeah. Because that is a film that I notoriously did not like.
I did.
And you do like. And the newest book just came out. Yes. So we thought it was kind of timely. It was whatever. So that should be out here soon. You guys will get to enjoy that.
Look for it.
But yeah, so how this is going to go is, as opposed to us just throwing things at the wall, we are going to structure this as the good, the bad, and the ugly. Each thing being obviously like the things that we like, the things we didn't like. And if it's ugly, for us personally, we will tell you specifically what didn't work and why the movie fails. Would you like to go first, or would you like me to go first?
With the good.
Starting off with the good.
With the good. I'll go first.
With the good. Oh, actually, hold on. Pause on that. Guys, hold on here.
What is going on?
I am a Cleveland Brown fan.
Get that.
And I got my shirt on right here. It was a very big, notoriously awesome day for the franchise today. We beat the Steelers. But Chase and I also have not paid off our fantasy football debts for shots or whatever. And I thought it was just more in like camaraderie of the day of Browns mania. So we're going to do a little Knob Creek here that we were drinking during the Second Chance Theater episode. Yes. I was a little buzzed for that. It was fun.
You can have the Wonder Woman.
This is Flash.
Oh.
And that is my national trivia shot glass that I earned from going to nationals. Because I'm a trivia guy.
He is a trivia guy.
All right. So to fantasy, the Browns, and to the next Wonder Woman movie. Not
I'm just saying, Wonder Woman or the Raiders beat the Browns. I'm a Raiders fan. So
hey, you know what? Yeah. That's okay. There she is.
There she is.
Which is an Irish saying that I learned off of YouTube. I love it. I'm going to say it all the time now. It's smooth, but it still burns.
Yeah. For those who drink whiskey, I wish we had pickle juice.
Knob Creek's really good, though. I'm not a big whiskey guy, but I decided to try it out, and it's pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. So moving back along, Wonder Woman 84, the good.
The way I fly, they will never find us.
I forgot to tell you.
What?
Radar.
Will they shoot at us?
The good. I want to say one of my things I did enjoy about the movie is Kristen Wiig. I got a whole bunch. Kristen Wiig.
It's one of them, okay?
It's one of those. Actually,
we're going to get it right.
When I heard she was cast, I wasn't too thrilled. I mean, she's known as a comedic actress. She's been on Saturday Night Live, stuff like that. I'm not even the biggest fan of hers, but she can be pretty funny. And I thought she actually did it pretty well. I thought she played Cheetah pretty well.
You know what? You tossed a little softball out there. I'm gonna knock it right back to you. I completely agree. I fully went into this with the mindset of fuck her, fuck this role, this is terrible. But she was not terrible.
She was not terrible.
I don't know what that means.
I don't think the role was as good as it could have been.
Yes.
But she did the most of what she was given.
Do you know what role this reminded me of, Chase?
Yes, I'm probably the same one I thought of.
What's that?
I think it's a mystery. It's like an enigma.
It's almost like a riddle.
Yeah, it is a riddle, isn't it?
It's also a little shocking.
It can be shocking.
It can be shocking. Her character is this Hollywood trope of taking an attractive, charming person and putting glasses on them and calling them a nerd.
We call that the she's all that.
She's all that. So Jim Carrey famously played the Riddler back for Batman Forever. And he was one of the only good parts of that entire movie.
Yes, he was.
And then ever since then, that's what they do is they take like a kind of funny, attractive person, make them very self inward, introverted, super lame. Nobody likes me. And then as they slowly devolve and get powers, they become more confident and more of an asshole.
Yes. We saw Jamie Foxx
as Electro
and Amazing Spider-Man 2.
And now Kristen Wiig as Cheetah, which is annoying because I would have liked there to have been more here.
I understand why they did it because of how she gets her powers and what she wishes for and everything.
So you're more of a DC person than I am.
I am.
So is this the actual origin story of Cheetah?
No.
Okay.
But there's like 3 cheetahs, I think. Maybe even more. But no, I'm not like a big Cheetah fan, so I don't really know her origins.
Okay.
I remember she was in the Super Friends show back in the day, on the Legion of Doom and stuff, and I know she's a big Wonderwoman villain.
The Legion of Doom.
Yeah, but I really don't know her origin, but I'm pretty positive it was not a wish stone.
Does it have anything to do with like her being cursed and like Themyscira or anything?
I think there's.
See, this is where Allison would really come into handy because she was like, she's our guy in the chair, you know.
Yes.
So moving on from Chris Ritter. In fact, I liked all the acting.
I thought the acting was fine.
The acting's fine. Yeah. I don't think I don't know. Is her name Gal Gadot or
Gal Gadot?
Godot?
I think Godot.
Good damn.
Damn.
She was good in this.
She was fine.
I felt that like she really put forth a bit. It was almost like
the problem I think is Wonder Woman is not an actually like
deep
character. Yeah, it's not great and stuff like that. Like she doesn't have. She's very much she's a female Superman and stuff like that. Like the way the movie goes, they wanted to do in the 80s and stuff. I think it would have worked better if she was still on Themyscira. And then you like after she Steve Trevor died in the first one, she went like back to Themyscira or something like that, and then came back in the 80s and see how the world's changed. And then you could do like a fish out of water. Like she's not like she saw the world a little bit, but I mean that
they already did fish out of water stuff in the first one of her like changing clothes.
I love that milk that till it's dry.
They love Don't Cost a Thing me. In the first one, which all of a sudden nobody thought she was hot until she like changed like outfits and then started wearing a dress. I was like, oh my god, she's so beautiful. Yeah, obviously she's like
she took off her glasses.
Yeah, right. No,
got rid of that ponytail.
I enjoyed her performance. I enjoyed Pedro Pascal as like Donald Trump, basically. Yeah. I enjoyed Christopher Pine. He was fine or whatever. Charming. Yeah, he's fine. So none of that held this back. And I think that all of them did what they could with this really weak script, which we will get into later in terms of the bad and the ugly. Besides the acting, there is some good visuals in here. They're in the scene where they are like in the plane and the fireworks are going off around them and stuff. That's a cool scene.
It is pretty.
It's a cool scene. I don't know how structurally how it works or whatever, if it's well, but it's very visual. It's very visually pleasing thing.
Yes,
to watch. Also, her learning to fly. It's also very like feeling visually.
Really cheesy.
It looked cheesy, but it also looked good. So I mean, in terms of like a flying scene aesthetic, it reminded me a lot of the first like Superman of him like in the air flying and stuff with like Lois and everything. So it's cheesy, but it's 80s. It fits or whatever. And the tank scene is cool. I like that. It's the only action scene in the fucking movie, basically. But a lot of that, it had almost like an Indiana Jones feel with them, like where like in the Last Crusade when the tanks are going like very slow and he's jumping on and stuff, hopping off. It has a very like practical effect feel to it because they look at the ground that they aren't going very fast or whatever. So all that it was fun. It was exciting or whatever. Did you have any other things good before we just really fucking hammer this thing?
No, that's about it for me.
Okay, so moving on into the bad.
This world is not yet ready for all that you will do.
My first bad thing is the Barbara character doesn't work for me. I don't get her overall motivation. So she meets Diana and she's like, "Oh man, cool shoes. I can't walk in shoes because I just fell down for some fucking reason, right?
I'm 40-something years old. Yeah, and I've never learned how to wear heels.
She acts as if she hasn't accomplished anything, even though she's working in this very like prestigious historical museum. The FBI has asked her specifically for help. So obviously she has PhDs and she's done all these things or whatever. But also, because she can't get a man, she doesn't value herself.
It's like that field you would think attracts dorks.
Yeah.
So like dorks would be like, I'm all over this.
Yes.
Okay. There's a female in this field, which probably in the 80s there weren't a whole bunch of them. So like they're working with this female that's relatively attractive, even though she's got glasses.
She's attractive. Yeah,
she's very attractive.
I just
like they look at her like garbage.
The fact that like that Asian guy has like a popped up collar, like that guy would not work there. This weird jock, he's just like, whatever, I'm not gonna fuck you. Like lose the glasses, bitch. That's all that. It just feels very derivative. I don't know. I'm not really into it. So she sees Diana's shoes, which are leopard print, and she's like, oh my god. I now love cheetahs. I don't like
foreshadowing.
Yeah. So all that's really weird. And then it's like her wish. Guys, also this is all spoilers at this point. Her wish is like, I wish to be like Diana. She doesn't know that Diana has superpowers, right? So the things she's asking for are beauty, confidence, charm, all those things, right? So she should just get those things, right? Instead she's
I'm fine with her getting the powers, but I mean,
okay. If she had, you could easily have remedied that if you have her almost get in the park. She like almost gets like I'm assuming raped.
Yeah.
If she is pretending to be knocked out and she sees Diana physically attack the guy and beat him and shows off great like feats of strength and
or at least like she sees that she could fight.
Something.
So like maybe like
and
that.
then she's like, I wish I was like her, and then she at least knows about it. It's there's so much in this film that just so spoon fed. It's so easy, and I just don't get it. It's just I don't know.
Like one thing that bothered me about her is because like she almost gets raped.
Yes,
and then like she confronts her rapist after like she gets the powers and like beats her. But like I mean, she's like, I'm the villain. It's like, really, she's standing up for herself. This guy like tried to rape her. So like, that's kind of like,
it's not done grossly enough that makes her look bad.
They should have like, she like another guy says something to her and then she just kind of snaps a little bit. Like maybe it's like the PTSD from the first thing. So then it's like she's overreacting at this.
Or have a scene where she's in the park again running and there's another woman being accosted or she thinks she's being accosted and it's just like her boyfriend or something, right? And then she runs up and just beats the hell out of the guy. And then it like makes her look bad or whatever stuff.
But like her beating up
it makes her look
a rapist pretty much like
it's like a vindication. I don't know. It's really weird. Yeah. So and then it's weird that like the more confident she gets, the more whorish she becomes. Like her outfits become like torn up fishnet stockings, short dresses, huge boots, her hair's like just blown out or whatever. And it's like, so does confidence make you like that? I mean,
it does.
Gal Gadot's not dressing like that. So I don't understand why all of a sudden she feels the need to also be like that or whatever.
I mean, I don't know what, like she walk in heels now and stuff. And maybe she's just like, she didn't think she could pull off slutty. And now she does.
But it's like even that. And then it's like,
I guess then it kind of thinks every girl really wants to be slutty.
I know it's not true. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's one of my main gripes in the movie. And that's in The Ugly. And like, we'll get there. And then it's also, so she's like, oh, like, I don't want to renounce my wish because all these things that I've got now, but it's like, you could just change who you are. And it's like, why go against Diana, who's been your only friend the entire show? And she turns on her so fast because now she has super strength and like high heel boots.
She don't want to lose her power.
Yeah, I can
understand that.
It's just weak.
And I mean, like she was losing her humanity, and that's why that's what she traded. She was like, "Hey, I want to be like Diana," and she's kind of losing herself, her innocence and stuff, which is fine. And I didn't mind that. It kind of shows like at least how she's becoming evil. But
what's your first?
My first one is opening scenes. 2 of them, in fact.
Oh yeah, I
Like
forgot.
first-
Nice one.
The
Yeah,
first one is it shows Diana as a
Yeah.
kid, and she's in the Titans game.
It's-
Rock should have
yeah,
been there, and they're doing like this whole thing, and like it's so I don't know. It was
there's
just
giant red balls. It's
yeah,
fucking Wipeout. Yeah,
exactly. It's I don't know. It's just I wasn't a big fan of it, and like all for this like one little piece that like information that what's her name, Jenny, whatever. I don't know.
Jenny.
Yeah.
Where because of the armor or whatever and stuff.
and whole like it gives them just a little bit. It's overdrawn, and then they go to the shopping mall or the mall.
Yeah,
and
which is
it's
terrible.
It's
Yeah.
like everyone
it's
is
another opening scene.
It's another opening scene, and it's now doing the present, and everyone is. It's like the 80s. I lived through the 80s.
Yeah,
okay,
it's not
it's
like
gritty.
It's not.
It was not
commercial.
everybody. Yeah, it looked like a Gap
Yeah.
commercial from
Yeah.
the 80s.
Just like fucking
And it's
cabs
just-
everywhere.
I mean, and they're just doing that just to
Dude,
set up the stone's going to be in
Yeah.
the mall somewhere, and I don't know.
What's annoying is that okay, so just I hate that we're really gonna just fucking power drive this thing, but from the opening scene, I was like, I'm not gonna like this. It's the entire structure of what it is pointless almost, and we don't understand what's going on because you don't set anything up, right? So it's like it just starts and we see people doing like these like it's like a parkour challenge or
Yeah.
something in this big arena. We don't know what the fuck that is.
What's the stakes? What do you
What's
get?
the stakes? Who, I mean, and then like a kid runs up, and we know it's Diana, and we don't know if it's dangerous or not. We don't know. Whoa, we don't know anything going on.
Yeah.
And so we have no emotional value going into it because we don't know the rules. We don't know why it's important. We don't know.
I mean, like
Who's
even for the point,
involved?
like we don't think it's really important because
Yeah.
she should not be expected to win because everybody else who's in the competing is a woman.
Yeah.
And she's like an 8-year-old kid.
But it's like it's like even then there's a scene where they're like running on the log's
Yeah.
doing the seesaw thing, right? And everybody's like trying to like stay on. But the goal is to jump in the water and swim for the next mile. So why
Yeah.
is anybody even hang on the fucking log?
Yeah,
It's pointless, right? And then we see them in the woods running, and these circles are getting hit, and then it's shooting like smoke up, and
Yeah.
then it's showing people dropping flags. And to me, that's just an ancient way of showing like who's in
ahead,
first,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
And then at some point she like turns around, a branch hits her in the face, she falls down, and then she like finds like this random slide and like slides ahead.
Yeah.
And then they stop her from winning, and it's like no, the truth and the truth and the truth and all these weird platitudes that I will play here for everybody on YouTube. I forgot to write it down.
It's the only truth, and truth is all there is. You cannot be the winner because you are not ready to win. And there is no shame in that. Only in knowing the truth in your heart and not accepting it. No true hero is born from lies.
Like patience, diligence, and the courage to face the truth. One day, you'll become all that you dream of and more. And everything will be different.
It's equivalent of when Michael Scott is talking to David Walls, and he's like, sometimes I'll just start a sentence and I don't know where it's going. And she just sits there and talks about, you must believe in the truth because the truth is the truth.
Yeah, you can't cheat.
It means
Yeah.
nothing. She just speaks for 30 seconds, and it's like a person just told her, hey man, you fuck wing it. Just talk about the truth or something. But it's like, we don't know that she's cheating because we don't know what the fucking rules are, And so then it leaves there, and then it goes to the mall scene, and it's so poorly done. I told you this.
Yeah.
I thought it was Wonder Woman doing a Pepsi commercial in the movie because it's so fucking cheesy. It's so terrible. It's like watching Shazam all of a sudden, right? So it goes from in the first Wonder Woman where it's very dark and heavy, and it's almost like Captain America, and it's super intense. And then you're like, no, I'm just in the mall doing things.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kill these cameras, and I'm winking at the kid, and I'm throwing her into. It's what the fuck is going on? Like it's so strange to me. I don't know.
And she's got her lasso, and I don't know the rules to this lasso.
Apparently-
it can do whatever she
It's apparently
wants.
a mile long.
I don't, and it's
know.
like it has a personality. Maybe it's like Doctor Strange's cape. Like I have no clue how.
It also shows you the
logic.
truth. Like
Yeah.
what? Oh, so it's a plot device. Okay,
Yeah.
cool, fucking sweet. My next thing is it's too fucking long.
It is long.
It is so fucking long, and there's no reason for it to be that long. It is 2.5 hours. You could have. I'll say this: I fell asleep twice watching the fucking thing. It's so damn boring. So today I was like, no, I am watching this thing no matter what, and I got into it, and HBO Max kind of crapped out on me. I was like, no, fuck you, HBO Max. I'm getting through it today. I promised myself I'd watch it today. And it's just if they only had Max Lord or Cheetah, I think it works better as a film. It has almost that Spider-Man 3 complex where they cram in too much stuff. And it's just God just goes on and on and on. And then I have to see a guy and I go see somebody else. And then like she's upset half the movie because like she doesn't want to like renounce her wish. It's like, oh my God. And then there's like a clothing fucking montage. And it's just like, oh my God, it just drags and drags. It's just so fucking boring. So that's my second complaint.
My second complaint is actually I thought Pedro Pascal was fine.
He's good. He's fine.
I really just didn't like the Maxwell Lord's arc. Like, he kind of seems like this Jordan Belfort, like, hey, I'm trying to make money real quick and stuff. Or let's say Trump.
He's Trump.
I would say if it's Trump, it kind of makes more sense. But
no, he is. I mean, like,
it's like, hey, he's like trying to run a scam, kind of like,
I'm saying,
trying to run a scam with oil and stuff like that. And like, obviously, he wants kind of like a fame and like fortune stuff. Yeah. And then he gets the stone. And he can make a wish, and he can wish for anything. And he's like, I want to be the stone.
Yeah. So
and like now, it's like I want to. Like all of a sudden, he wants to take over the world, which I guess Trump does too.
Yes,
so,
but because at the end, because it's all about greed. It's all about I need more. I need more of your wishes. It's fucking weird. But right?
It's just and like then like he goes to the president and he's like, the president says, yeah, you can somehow like when he does the wishes, he has to touch the person. Like somehow he can touch people through TV, and it just doesn't make sense. I don't get it.
Not only that. He states when he's in the office and he's trying to like see as many people as possible to get all these wishes or whatever. And his body's like is taking damage apparently for every wish, which is why towards the end he starts to like accept their wishes, but he's taking their soul or their life or something.
He gets to take something for everything he does.
So in the office, he figures out, all right, I need to talk like the president. And he goes out in the lobby and he goes, hey, you come here real quick. What is your wish? Is your wish for me to go see the president? And then like, and the guy's like, yeah. He goes, and like it like won't work because he wished for him to have a Porsche yesterday, right? And so he says, "Oh, I've already gotten your wish. Ariel only gets one wish, right?" So it sets that standard. Yeah. Then after the terrible White House scene that makes no sense whatsoever, he gets on the helicopter, and then Barbara's like, "What's up? I'm just going to join you." And he's like, "What wish do you want?" And she says, "Well, I already had a wish." He's like, "Yes, but I can make as many wishes as I want." So
I don't think that's how it works. The reason why like she kind of transforms is because when he's getting all the wishes through the TV and stuff. He's giving her like the stuff he would get. He's like, I want your love, your trust.
Okay.
Give her your anger and your rage.
Does he say that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So like he was accepting some of the stuff from the wishes and then some of it, like the anger and the rage and everything, he was giving it to her through the wishes. And
and he also gave her the like cheetah powers. He was like, your cheetah powers to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's funny though,
there was a cat watching TV and was like, meow.
She says, I wish to be an apex predator.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great if they turn her into an orca whale or something or whatever. She's like, no, I had all this cheetah shit. You ruined it. Yeah. So I thought at best that she renounced her first wish and then wished again to be like super cheater or some bullshit or whatever. But if that was the case, I've been like, yo, I wish to be 10 times stronger than fucking Diana. And then just fucking
I wish I was Superman.
My third bad is the lack of musical choice. You have a perfect chance to have 80s music and there's none in the fucking movie. And it's so weird. It's like it has such a dynamic range of music throughout the 80s. You don't do any of that. Then it's a lot of Hans Zimmer from other movies. Like they're playing scores from like Inception and other things.
I didn't even notice
and
that.
I'm like, what is happening right now? So they just like went through like Hans Zimmer's fucking discography and they're like, okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna take this one. I'm gonna take this one. And her theme only plays what, like once.
It's not even like her original, like, from Batman. It's like a toned down version, which doesn't work
super
as well.
Disappointing. Yeah. And it's super short.
Yeah.
I was like
I want the
it's one of the best super heroic themes in the last 10 years or whatever. and it's very iconic. And that was one of the best parts in the first movie. It gets played maybe like 4 or 5 times. It's awesome each time. And they're like, we're gonna give it to you once. And I think it happens when she's fighting the guys in her armor or something.
Yeah, I think so, or something.
And it's just like, oh, okay, that kind of sucks or whatever. Yeah, so I was super disappointed because like Hans Zimmer sold his soul and he works every Warner Brothers movie. So I at least
he's like, look,
him.
I'll do your DC, but I get to do Christopher Nolan too, right? And they're like, yes. And he's like,
Fine.
okay, I'll do it.
Nolan's doing a new movie about fish changing brains with humans into dogs. It's crazy. It's gonna be great. Did you have any more bad?
The only other bad is it's just a scene, like it's the White House thing.
Okay, yeah,
and it just bothers me.
It makes no sense.
Well, it makes no sense. All of a sudden, like Wonder Woman's like coming after Maxwell Lord and stuff, and like Barbara, like who has not even met,
she
Maxwell
just like shows up or whatever,
just shows up in the middle of the White House. And
but no, she's met Lord.
I mean, like they've met, but like she has no clue Lord's
sex
doing
in the
this.
office, whatever. Yeah.
And I guess now that's a connection they have. She knows where he is. Maybe she's still insecure and she's like a stalker and she's stalking him. Maybe that's how she knows where he was. I don't know. It just didn't work.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's silly. It's what's crazy is that it's a 2.5 hour movie and you didn't explain anything. Like what are you doing with your time here, man? This is fucking crazy. So moving on from the bad, going into the ugly.
I don't want to be like anyone. I want to be an apex predator.
Is there anything ugly for you? Because I have some ugly stuff.
Like pointless stuff in the movie are kind of ugly to me. Like
the
invisible plane, I thought was like they just literally just walk into a steel plane, and then all of a sudden she gains the power to make something invisible. Yeah. So she gets the invisible plane, which was stupid. Yeah. And then she learns how to fly like 10 minutes later, and it looks stupid. Like the special effects, I really don't think were that good in this movie. That's fine. And like it shows her like even in the tank scene, she's like running, and it just looks fake and stupid.
I'll say that like the specific scene that you're talking about, I agree. It looks like she's running like in front of like a green screen.
Yeah.
The second bad one is when she lassos and she catches the kids who are pointlessly playing in the street when there's a goddamn war happening in front of them. And in the next scene, they literally have the stunt person rolling with plastic dummies because what the fuck, it's so funny looking. So yeah, I agree there. But and then Cheetah looks bad. But when Barbara is in the White House doing things, it looks fine.
Yeah, it does.
It's literally just her hopping off a post and doing things. And that, in fact, that entire fight scene is great because it's Wonder Woman is running around saving people and doing things, acting like a superhero, which doesn't happen enough in DC movies specifically. So that was really cool. But yeah, no, I agree. It's fucking weird, whatever. My first ugly thing on why the movie does not work for me is the script.
Yeah, it's awful.
The script is fucking terrible, and it was upsetting to hear that Patty Jenkins wrote this motherfucker. Yeah. It is so. It's so sexist. It's so fucking misogynistic, and you're like, how did a woman write this? And it's because it sounds like it's written by a dude from the fucking 90s. Like,
like I think I know what scene or what you're gonna talk about next.
That's a whole nother gripe.
Okay. That's a whole nother
gripe. No, okay. So Wonder Woman, who is arguably the most attractive person on the fucking planet, right? Gal Gadot. You're telling me in 74 years, she doesn't meet anybody, man or woman, that she's attracted to and can fall for, and she's so goddamn lonely off the dude she knew for 3 days in the first movie back in 1918 that she hasn't gotten over him. And she's just like at restaurants eating by herself. Like it's fucking funny, like pathetic.
I know it is. And like my wife, she always jokes. She goes like, if I ever die, like you would forget about me real quickly. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't. But if it was 74 years, I probably would. Yes. I mean,
and it's like it makes no fucking sense. So her entire arc is that she didn't get over Christopher Pine for fucking 70 years. Like it makes her look so basic and so fucking weak. And she's supposed to be better than that, you know? So that for one is very fucking sexist. Secondly, the Barbara's character evolving sexually is also fucking sexist to me. So you're saying that like she only feels confident dressing up like a slut, like a fucking prostitute. I mean, like she looks terrible.
I'm not gonna say she doesn't look terrible.
No, I mean, but like like
it looks terrible. Yeah,
it just it's weird to me. I don't fucking get that. And then at the party, she's in this like amazing white gown, and she's very attractive. And every man at this party is like, "Hey, how's it going there? I'm gonna put my penis in you." And she's like, "No." It's what the fuck is going on?
Like your Cheetah voice?
No. I'm saying like. But Gal Gadot goes to the club or whatever, and every guy wants to like fucking hook up with her or whatever. It's fucking ridiculous. It's just like, so there's just so many scenes where you expect more out of this character who went through so much in the first movie and had this awesome arc, and to see it written so just standard. It just, I don't know. I was very disappointed in that. There's so many plot holes in it. The entire Dreamstone sequence, it just makes no fucking sense.
They shouldn't have made the movie in the 80s.
I agree.
Everything should have been back in the present,
especially because it didn't matter.
It doesn't.
They didn't use any of the aesthetic, and then they weren't setting anything up. There's nothing that they couldn't have made into the present and set up. Then, like, they didn't set anything up like for the present. So it was that, and they just created technology that they could have just used from the current times. Like, well, what if in the 80s there was a satellite that could shoot beams into people? What the fuck are you talking about, man? Like, it didn't exist. What are you talking about? It's like, so I don't know. Do you have anything else that is ugly?
Ugly. I don't think Chris Pine should have been in the movie. I mean, I think he was fine, but like, you didn't have to bring him back. Supposedly they're doing a third one. He's going to be in that. He should not be like. He was a one-off character. Like, I mean, almost by bringing him back, you're saying either Gal Gadot can't hold a movie by herself, or like, I don't know, Wonder Woman is not a great character, or whatever. Like, having Chris Pine should not be in the movies.
So I was watching a video, and they kind of pointed out that maybe there was extra scene shot or something or whatever. So they were saying that it makes more sense about the armor, which also makes no sense. Like it's a throwaway line where she's literally like, I tried to find that person, and all I found was the armor. Okay, it's like, what? So at the end, she like puts on the armor after she's already renounced her wish and gotten back her superpowers. Okay, right, and then she goes and gets the armor, and then goes and fights. And then she like drops the wings, and she's like, here we go. This is fight time now, whatever, right? So they were saying that structurally, in terms of the story, it makes more sense if she refused to renounce the wish, and she uses the armor as a way to like make herself stronger to go. And then as she's fighting, she realizes I can't win. And then her dropping the wings is her actually fucking renouncing the wish there. And then she starts like taking over in the fight or whatever and stuff. And that makes sense.
That would have worked better.
Yeah, it works better. And it's just like, I don't know why they...
I mean, it makes like the whole... I mean, by doing that, though, it's like, okay, the armor is just stupid. Why do you have the armor in the first place?
It's fucking silly.
Honestly, I like Wonder Woman. I'm not a fan of that armor. I think it looks stupid. Like, people are like, oh, she's wearing... I'm like, God, I hate that armor. It looks awful.
All right, so let's get into the 1,000-pound gorilla in the room.
Okay, honestly... This does not bother me.
It bothers the fuck out of me.
It does. Honestly, I think this is this cancer culture we have. And
cancer culture?
Yeah, cancer culture.
Cancel culture?
Whatever. Cancer culture. I think, like, honestly, it's been done in so many movies.
What name? Name them. It's creepy as fucking that.
It's never been creepy until after Wonder Woman.
No.
Yes, no one ever talks. No one ever.
We talked about it on our fucking show.
We don't think it's creepy.
I said it was creepy as fuck. It is creepy. It's the movie was
up for like best picture, best actor, guys, all that stuff.
What we're talking about is the implication that Gal Gadot's character Diana sexually assaulted the character being inhabited.
Is she allowed? Can she really sexually assault somebody?
Okay, so I'm saying, so it's a complete double standard because she is very attractive.
Yeah.
What if the guy was fucking gay and he didn't want her at all? And so then she
does have a little mannish to her.
No, it's gross. It's and there's no point in it. It makes you don't have to fucking do it.
I figured out the reason why they have to do it because they have to have him like have clothes on. Or is he going to terminate her and just show up naked in the middle of the street?
The first time we see him is like he runs into a party, whatever. Who cares?
But I mean, like, he's got to have his own place. He's got to have the wardrobe changing scene because that's the only funny part of the whole movie. Is him like, hey, what do you think of this shirt and stuff?
No,
like they have to have all.
You can literally just have him show up in her fucking apartment, butt ass naked, whatever, and be like, Diana, and she's like, oh, and then passes out or something or whatever, and then you wake up and then he's wearing like her fucking robe or something or whatever, something stupid, something Chris Piney. But the fact that she knows that like it's not really him and he is inhabiting somebody else's body with his soul, and she's just taking advantage of that person sexually. It's fucked up. It's fucking crazy.
In a way, it is.
It's
but
not
in the
super
80s,
heroic.
that's what people did.
But it's not the 80s, man. It's not the 80s.
But it was the 80s. She would be living like the 80s.
It's not that it is, because at the end of the movie, he turns to her and says, "Happy holidays." We all goddamn know nobody started saying "Happy Holidays" until 2015. It was Merry Christmas forever.
No, people said
not in '84.
Yes,
Nobody
there's
said
a
Happy
song.
Holidays.
The song came out in the 60s.
It's Merry Christmas.
No, it's
Merry
Happy
Christmas.
Holidays.
No.
Yeah. Tell me. That's
nobody
an
fucking
old
says
saying.
that.
That's an old saying.
No. If the only way that it pays off is if at the end.
I mean, he does know, like, she's from Themyscira. I don't think they celebrate Christmas in Themyscira.
You don't know that.
They don't know who Jesus is.
Heavy Christians. No, so
they believe in
to me,
a different God.
She's a goddamn superhero, and just like if it's the Joker doing that, okay, I get it. However, you can't have her sexually assaulting people, man. It's fucking crazy. It's not heroic at all.
I mean, I'm gonna let it slide.
The only reason you don't care is because she's fucking hot.
No, I don't care
only
because
fucking reason.
It's such a small thing, and like we've gotten to this point now. It's a very small thing.
It's not.
It is a very small thing, and like we're looking for everything to nitpick and like trash this movie.
That's just a cherry on top.
People are just looking for it.
That's not. Come on.
No one said anything for Big for years.
But even Big,
and they do it just
no,
now.
Stop.
Yes.
Even in Big, he's still in his own fucking body, and he can still make
13 years old, and she's 35.
When you were 13, you were like, "I'm gonna masturbate to everything," and if a girl liked you, like, "Oh my god, she's gonna touch my penis." It's not on the kid. It's on the goddamn adult being creepy as shit.
That's what I'm saying. The adult.
Yes.
She was an adult.
It's on Gal Gadot being creepy as shit, fucking this dude because she's like, it's Chris Pine. Like she's like, I don't see him. I just see you. It's like you bitch. He's not a piece of meat. He's not a piece of meat, Gal Gadot.
I don't know. I think that's
if you reverse.
There's so much other bad things about the movie.
I agree. But this specifically is the reason why it doesn't work for me at all. Because if it's Superman,
first of all,
if it's Superman and Lois Lane died and then he wished for her to come back in some random person's fucking body and he's like, I'm going to hit that thing good. Like everybody like, ugh, can't Superman. This is fucking creepy. But because it's Wonder Woman, it's fucking okay. It's double standard. It's fucking gross.
I just think you're nitpicking. I mean, Chris Pine shouldn't have been in the movie in the first place. He shouldn't have.
Yeah. Guys, let us know. You're good and the bad and the ugly. I got this Clark Kent thing going on here. You're good, the bad, and the ugly for Wonder Woman 84. Did you like it? Did you not like it? I'm sure nobody's going to comment, so it doesn't matter what I fucking say.
No one's going to hear.
But since this movie was very disappointing,
yes,
I think for a lot of people, it got us thinking: is this the most disappointing movie of all time? Is this the worst comic book movie of all time? I think we have some stuff. I'm gonna do a little snazzy swap thing there. That's English.
Ooh,
whoa!
See, like that's the kind of special effects that were in Wonder Woman 84.
Boom. Right, Chase, what is some disappointing movies that we can
first,
compare
just movies,
to
not comic book movies.
Yeah. Just normal disappointments.
Okay. Some of them. The Happening, which you could see right there.
The Happening.
The trailer looked great. I remember seeing it.
Did it?
I did. It was showing like the people doing suicide.
The only thing cool, okay,
and it was really cool. And all that stuff. Like the whole trailer was the first 2 minutes of the movie.
The suicide and the lawnmower scene.
Yeah,
both look pretty dope.
And then you find out and you go see the movie and it's plants.
I love that Mark Wahlberg, he took the role because he thought that it would make him look smart being like a teacher in the movie and that it would change his career.
His career's been fine though.
Oh my God, how's your mother doing?
That one I was really disappointed. Okay. Recently, The Irishman. I'm a big fan of Martin Scorsese.
Wow, really? See, you say that, but it was nominated for Oscars and shit, right?
The movie sucks. It's like his worst movie. I'm serious. That is Martin Scorsese's
comments.
Worst
Let us
movie.
know.
I'm sorry, but I mean, I love
He's
Goodfellas.
done worse.
I love Goodfellas. I love Casino. Which Wolf of Wall Street, Departed. These are great movies. And then you're like, we're bringing back Joe Pesci, and we're bringing back all this stuff. Which, by the way, I don't think The Irishman won any awards. By the way,
but it was nominated though, which is kind of cool. It's Netflix, man. It's pretty dope.
They did it off his name. That's why they were like, "Oh, Joe Pesci, Robert De Niro."
The funniest scene is a scene where Robert De Niro tries to
kick the dude.
He's that guy, but he's so old he can't kick anything.
It was awful. I hated that. Toy Story 4.
Really? You think this is one?
It's so bad. It's not good at all. The first three are three of the best Pixar movies.
Pump the brakes here. It's not bad.
It's not good.
It's not as good as part 3.
It's not. It's
not bad though.
It's 1, 2, and 3 are in the probably top 8 Pixar movies,
Well,
and
there
Toy
are
Story-
37 Pixar movies, so
and it's probably like 35th.
shut the front
It's
door.
that bad.
You're a crazy
It's
person.
almost
No.
unwatchable.
If Toy Story 3 is like an 8, it's like a 6.
No, it's like a 3.
It is not a 3. It is not Ready Player One.
Oh, Ready Player One is so much better than Toy Story 4. I'll watch that 3 more times before I have to watch Toy Story 4.
All right.
Another one, the second and third and fourth Pirates of the Caribbean.
Wow, is that 2, 3, 4, huh?
2,
Bang,
3.
bang, bang?
The first one knocked out of the park. It was
That's good.
great.
That's
Captain
good.
Jack Sparrow loved it, and then they came out with the second one and third one, and they're just fourth one, and they're just so bad.
I don't agree with that.
I'm not a big fan. I was really looking forward to them, and they were not good.
I would argue that Dead Man's Chest is better than the Black Pearl.
Oh no!
Dude,
I would say of 2, 3, and 4.
Davy Jones
2
is incredible, and those special effects are awesome.
They
And
are.
his ship
They
is
are.
great.
I mean,
it adds on to the story, and I'll agree that part 3, which is what like the
World's End. That one's
the World's End, is not good.
and Stranger Tides is not good.
I don't even count that one. Part 3, I don't
That's how
like
bad it is.
because
You don't count that one.
everybody becomes special, and that fucking sucks. Like, fucking Legolas becomes like the new Davy Jones. The girl pirate, Keira Knightley, becomes the like king of the pirates. Johnny
Does
Depp,
she like goes?
yeah, and
but
then
has a family
like
and stuff.
Johnny Depp gets like some bullshit. It's just everybody upgraded to like a level 12. I was like, I'm good. I don't want this.
I'm good. Another one is the whatever Star Wars trilogy 7, 8, 9. I just
All 3.
actually 7, 8, and 9. Like I mean,
Dude,
I was so pumped for 7, and they just remade episode 4.
Speaking of about the trilogy, I saw today a person actually wrote that their favorite was The Last Jedi, which is part 8, right?
Part 8.
I love that that's now getting more respect because I like that movie.
You like part 8?
I like part 8 because it's fucking different.
Were you the one who read? Like, were you reading your own tweet?
No, dude. It was like it was a famous person. I was like, "Are you serious?" Like, it's so weird because like part 7 is an entire fan. J.J. Abrams like, here's a fucking fan dildo up your butt. You're like, oh, Star Wars again? Yeah, it's the same fucking movie. And then Ryan Johnson's like, I'm gonna change the game. People are like, no, we don't like you to change the game. I like everything he did. I mean, like, I get it. There's some shit that sucks. I don't like Rose. I think her character is fucking pointless or whatever. They made Finn a fucking joke. I don't like that. Poe Dameron's. There's stuff I don't like in it, but there's a lot of like really, really new ideas that I think are fucking good.
Like I hate the whole like, hey, we're gonna go warp speed and like it looks cool.
So cool.
But I was like, I don't know what year Star Wars is because it's like a long time ago.
2145.
It's like into the future or whatever.
Yeah.
But like
1902.
That's like one of the first things when I was 6 and I saw Star. I was like, yeah, you could easily just shoot something. Go like.
Then why are you mad about it? You're
because it shouldn't have taken them that long to figure that out.
6-year-old me would have been a great writer.
Exactly. No, 6-year-old me would have been a great Star Commander. It looks like. I mean, it's like, hey, just grab it. And everyone, we're just going to take the ship.
What's your
escape pod. And then another one I was looking forward to was Tim Burton's Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't have that one. Okay.
I was like, I really like Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Yeah, you do. You
good movie.
You love chocolate.
I mean, it's a great movie.
What's
and I like the idea. I was like,
Augustus.
Tim Burton was going to do it, and Johnny Depp was going to star, and I was like, okay, this could be really good.
Yeah.
And it's not.
I'm not a big Tim Burton guy.
I like Tim Burton.
His style is fucking weird, man.
Big Top Pee-wee's great movie. Or not Big Top, sorry.
That's his first movie, though. It's his least creepy
Batman
movie.
Returns.
No, he did fucking Big Top first, and then
he never did Big Top.
He did
Big Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Whatever, motherfucker, Pee-wee, man.
There's a big difference between Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Okay,
and Big Top
fine,
Pee-wee.
but like, one is definitely better.
Yes. Yeah,
it's the first one, but like
Edward Scissorhands.
His Pee-wee movie, his first movie, is his least creepy movie of all time, and he should.
I mean, Batman's not creepy.
It's a little weird though. It's fucking weird.
You ever dance by the devil by the film?
You want to get nuts? Let's get nuts. It's fucking
Come
weird.
on.
Yeah. All right. So my non-comic book list, I have Indiana Jones and the Crystal Skull.
Oh yeah, I was going to let you have that one. Yeah.
This one definitely has to be on everybody's list. It's right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's definitely. I remember I was a projectionist. I built this movie and it was huge, and I was so sad when I watched. I was like, oh no, Indy, what happened? And I love South Park's thing where so this whole episode where George Lucas was going back and he was changing everything, and then all the boys were having nightmares of like George Lucas fucking raping all his movies, his characters and stuff. And it's always like it's like really famous scenes. So it's a scene from from like fucking Deliverance, and it's like Indiana Jones, and then like George Lucas is just like going to town on Indiana Jones. He's like, no, going to squeal, boy. It's so fucking good, man. I will also put that in here for the YouTube people. Yeah, it's really great. So, episode 1 of Star Wars.
See, I actually like this. I like
Misa don't agree with you.
Hey, I like them. There's some really cool.
It was still fucking disappointing though. It was a major disappointment. I think now people are fine with it. I think
I was fine with it.
Dude, I went on the 3rd day and it was empty in the theater. Like that. That's how fucking.
Dude, I went like a week later at 3:00 in the morning.
That's weird.
Because they
were
here
at 3:00 in the morning.
Because I'm a bartender. Okay,
but
like
not then you weren't.
It was.
That was like 1997.
No one.
Yeah, it was. You fucking liar. You're not a bartender at like 15.
Oh, I mean, then I was 17 or 18. Yeah, and I was up all night anyway.
It's terrible.
And like they had this thing where it was showing 24 hours a day at the movie theater.
Yeah.
So I was like, hey, I can go check this out now. And I mean, people were all like, it was packed for a long time.
I skipped school. It was me and 2 friends, and we went and saw it. It was us 3 and 2 of the people. And I was like, as it started,
as soon as it started, it was great.
Sad face. Darth Maul's very cool.
He's awesome. The song, the Fate song, was great.
He's a better Boba Fett. He's great or whatever. And
the pod race was cool.
That's okay. That's fine.
Pod race was pretty.
It was.
Cool.
I think it's fair to say that I'm glad you liked it.
I liked it.
It was disappointing for everybody. Also, episode 9. The last Skywalker or the Rise, what the fuck it's called? The Rise of Skywalker,
the granddaughter of Skywalker,
whatever. Fucking trash. The Last Airbender. I didn't put it in the 4 here, but it is definitely on that list. I remember I had just finished Avatar, the series, and I was like, oh, this is going to be fucking dope. And then I watched it, I was like, I wish I'd smoked dope.
See, I didn't like The Last Airbender. I've never seen Avatar.
I believe
stuff
you.
Like
you
that.
don't watch cool cartoons.
Yeah. I do.
You watch
all the DC cartoons.
Yeah, and what did you watch here recently that sucked?
The
For Death and Family.
Yeah, but it sucked because they really don't get that. They rip you off on that shit. They just did Under the Red Hood again. But no. So like I mean like I didn't like it because it seemed like a season of a show and they just smushed it into a movie.
Smushed it.
Like the idea of the movie and everything in it was kind of cool, but you could tell like this should have been way longer.
Yeah. I don't know. Moving on, Prometheus.
It was okay.
I agree. That's what I'm saying. I think that when it came out, you were like, "Oh man, it's got like Ridley Scott back. It's him fully like in control. He's resetting the entire franchise."
See, I thought like when people first saw it, they didn't know it was part of Aliens.
That's and then once it came out, it was like, "Oh, this is about the xenomorph and everything," and which is a huge letdown. Not as bad as the one that came after or whatever.
Alien Covenant.
Oh my god, it was so bad. But yeah, so I was. I mean, and what's crazy is that it's still like a pretty movie. It just sucks. It just wasn't as good as I hoped. Waterworld.
I don't know. I looked at the preview of that movie when I was younger,
really.
And I was like, this is gonna be shit.
Oh, dude, I love Robin Hood. I was like, oh, Robin Hood and water. This is total.
Robin Hood and
water. This is gonna be good. That and what's crazy is that it's heralded as the biggest bomb of all time, and
I don't think it is.
It's not. It's not. It actually made back its money. But it was at the time was the most expensive movie ever made. It's not anymore, obviously, but at the time it was, and it's just boring. It's got like it's him and like Dustin Hoffman, I think's in it, right? And
Dennis Hopper.
That's right. Yeah.
Dennis Hopper.
I was close. It was
you had a D word,
D and an H.
Yeah,
it was just both.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's just like and just fucking weird. It's just not great, or whatever. And it's also my most hated movie world of all time. Speed Racer.
I say I was not a big Speed Racer,
but it was so. This is coming off of the Matrix, yes. And the Wachowski twins or sisters. Now I'm not sure what their gender is.
Siblings.
They were huge, and this was like it was their like visual effects. It was like Speed Racer, which is this like classic anime. Everybody was like, "Oh, this is gonna be fucking great." And I haven't. I will say this: I want to watch it again on Second Chance Theater because I haven't seen it since 2007. Which has been forever. So I would love to go back and at least give it another shot. but this was a huge. It was also a huge flop.
Yeah, it was.
The Godfather Part 3. This was a huge flop as well. Or I was a flop. It was a huge disappointment. Godfather 1 and 2 are heralded as like some of the best movies of all time. I've never seen them before.
But you saw the third one?
No.
So, you have no clue if it was.
I would just go. I just looked up Moses. I know that everybody talks about it not being great, and it's always picked on as this like as a worse in a trilogy and stuff or whatever. And I just like I don't like mobster movies. You know,
I like some.
I know. I hate it because I would like to go back and check them out. In fact, I'm watching this documentary right now called Fear City. It's on Netflix, and it's all about the mob's rule in the 70s. It's fucking crazy. It's on Netflix. It's like 4 or 5 parts, and the FBI put out basically all of their like wiretap footage and stuff, or not footage, but like all the like recordings. And it's just nuts to hear people talk about chopping off heads and shit. Like, yo, you won't pay me that goddamn $200. I'm gonna break your fucking legs. And it's weird to hear it in a movie. You're like, oh, that sounds tough. But to like hear it for real, where a guy's like, I'm gonna come fucking kill you, pay me $200 it's fucking scary as shit. And you're like, oh my God, this is fucking real. It's fucking nuts. The Dark Tower. I remember us and Jamie from Nerdpool, which you'll get to meet in a couple weeks. We'll talk about that at the end. That was our most anticipated movie of 2017.
I remember that.
And it sucked ass. It was awful. It was so unbelievably disappointing. I'm surprised that Idris Elba and Beth McConaughey found work afterwards. It was so fucking bad. And it didn't appease anybody. It didn't appease movie fans. It didn't appease Stephen King book fans, Stephen King movie fans. It appeased nobody. It was so freaking terrible. The effects were awful. The acting was fucking terrible. The writing was terrible. It's one of the worst movies of that entire year. Oh my God, so awful. Do you have any more for normal?
Not normal.
So moving on from most disappointed into is Wonder Woman 84 the worst comic book movie of all time? I don't think it is.
I do not think
it's down there. It's down there. There's 100 of them that have been made. It's in the bottom 80.
Yeah,
so,
I would say that.
So it's not the worst, but I don't ever want to watch it again.
Yeah.
You can hit your list.
Okay. Some of the ones I like. Am I saying like worse than Wonder Woman or
no? Just disappointing. Just to level the playing field so people understand what we're working with here. Okay. There are some worse movies.
The worst X-Men Apocalypse. That movie is so bad.
You can just say every X-Men movie.
I like a number of the X-Men movies, but Apocalypse. What that are better?
No, just in general. I mean, like they've done
X-Men,
7,
X2, X3,
X3 is terrible. You're the only person in the world
I'm the only person who likes X3. Then there's X-Men First Class, X-Men Apocalypse, Dark Phoenix, and Days of Future
I said
Past.
to name the ones that are good. You're like naming off the one that you're saying
okay, the ones that are good, X-Men, X2. Okay. I do like X3. X-Men First Class.
Okay.
And I like Days of Future Past.
So 4 of the 8.
5 of the 8.
No, it's what else? The 5th one?
X2, X3. There's 3.
We're not counting X3.
Fine. But you don't
have to score 25%.
So 4, like they're 50%.
So X1, X2, Days of Future Past,
and First Class.
Okay, and then there's still 2 Wolverine movies.
Oh yeah, there's 3 Wolverine movies.
Is it real? Oh, there is. Yeah, and Logan. Yeah, so there's 3 of those, and X3. And X3 and Mutants
I get 2 good
Phoenix
Deadpools.
And Apocalypse.
He's
in the MCU now, baby.
I get 2 of those.
We don't
I'll get those 2. There's 6. I get both Deadpools.
Okay, keep going.
Yeah, but X-Men Apocalypse is just a garbage movie. I love the character Apocalypse. He's
Poor Oscar Isaac.
Yeah.
What a stain on his
so bad.
His great career.
It's the movie is just it's awful.
He's my guy.
Green Lantern is not.
It's also on my list.
The funny thing is, I think Ryan Reynolds was great at it.
He's great in everything.
Yeah, he is. I mean, he's just Ryan Reynolds. He was great, but he was great Hal Jordan. I mean, he was good at Hal Jordan, but just the plot and everything was just awful. Suicide Squad. Like it started.
A lot of people like that though. So
like the beginning of the movie, it's okay, and then it just goes to complete shit. I was like really looking forward to that movie too. I was like, this is the movie that's going to bring DC back, and it was not.
A lot of folks who need a hug really like that movie. It's fucking terrible, but whatever.
And then Wolverine's Origins.
Origins is not good.
That's not good. And Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I had to throw an MCU movie in there. I was so disappointed in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Poor Kurt Russell wasted his time and effort on that fucking movie.
It's so bad.
I have Green Lantern, Spider-Man 3.
Yes.
Which is
I don't know, the rewatch I kind of like a little bit now.
It's a fun train wreck, you know. It's like if you're watching a train wreck and just all clowns, you're like, oh, this is terrible, but also funny to watch.
Like, yeah, there's a lot of these are not fun to watch. At least Spider-Man 3 is fun to watch.
That's fair. But it takes so long for it to get good.
Yeah, it does.
Once he becomes emo Spider-Man, then it's really funny. It's great. You know, like he starts like swinging around doing dance numbers and shit. Oh, that's really funny.
And there's so many memes you get from that movie.
He tells him to go get him some milk. It's fucking great. Catwoman.
I've never seen it.
Oh my god, a friend of mine forced me to go see this fucking movie. He was like, "Dude, it's gonna be great." Catwoman, Halle Berry. I was like, "All right, let's go fucking watch it." And it was awful. If you think 10184 is bad, watch fucking Catwoman. It is awful. Halle Berry's very attractive.
Yes.
It's all you get in this movie. And it's got Sharon Stone, and it's
they like almost killed her career, too.
It's so bad. Oh my god. Wolverine Origins is also on my list. It's also really, really bad, and I was super disappointed. Ryan Reynolds quit halfway through, which is why at the end they use very known stuntman Scott Adkins, I think was his name, who then went on to do like other like low budget action films, but he's very, very talented. And so everything that has Deadpool with the mouth closed is Atkins, and he's doing all the martial arts scenes and stuff or whatever. But Ryan Reynolds had a huge issue with how that they wanted to treat Deadpool. He was like, fuck this. And so it was great is that like, so he did Blade Trinity, which can also be on this list or whatever.
Could be,
and the director was like, hey, I think you'd be like an awesome Deadpool. He hadn't heard it. He didn't know anything about Deadpool at the time. And he gave him a bunch of comments. And so he's like, look, you know, why not just try it out here? And so as Hannibal,
he's played Deadpool.
He just played Deadpool, whatever.
I mean, I think every role he's just playing Deadpool.
Yeah. So notoriously, him and Wesley Snipes fucking hated each other on set. Snipes never came out of his fucking trailer.
I mean, everyone hates Snipes on that. Like he would leave notes for the director and stuff. It's so bad.
He's a fucking dick. Moving on from Wolverine Origins, Superman Returns.
That was very disappointing.
What's funny is that I really like Brandon Routh as
I do too. I do. I think. The problem with the movie is Lex Luthor is played by Kevin Spacey.
Okay.
We can't watch any of his movies anymore. But like, he just had the same plot as the first Superman. It was just like, hey, I want land. It's like, why do you care for land so much? You married a rich woman, and like she died, so you have all this money. You have a yacht. Like, why do you care anymore?
It's like, what I hate is that. Okay, you know what we need to do? You need to watch that again on Second Chance Theater.
He's a really good Clark Kent too.
I think he's a really good Superman.
Yeah,
and I haven't seen it since it came out, and I didn't dislike it when it came out. Like every Superman fan didn't like it. They called it boring.
They gave Superman a kid, and
and then it didn't go anywhere. That was kind of like he shoves the piano, and it's like, ooh, he's got powers, and then nothing else happens. Or whatever.
I mean, the kid was annoying, like,
and it also makes him he's almost like a stalker,
and like. Kate Bosworth is like 21, the kid's 6. So like, when did Superman bang her? I don't know. It's
and then finally, Batman and Robin is on my list. This was the fourth in the Batman series in the 90s, coming off of Batman Forever, which was like a step down from Batman Returns, but it still made money. They had Tommy Lee Jones acting like the Joker. You know, he's playing Two-Face, and you had Jim Carrey as a Riddler.
That's a different movie.
No.
Batman Forever. Yeah.
Batman Forever had Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face.
Okay.
But he played it like he was the fucking Joker for some crazy fucking reason.
And me.
Yeah, fucking nutto. And then you get Batman and Robin with George Clooney, and it's fucking terrible.
I kind of put that in that Spider-Man 3 category where it's so bad, but it's entertaining. I mean, it's entertaining. Like, I mean, you can play a drink game with just how many cold puns.
Ooh, let's do that.
Chill.
Did you know that George Clooney had his costume refitted to have a larger codpiece after seeing Chris O'Donnell's penis was bigger than his?
I did not know that.
He was like, he got mad that like Robin's dick was bigger than his. He was like, hey, you need to change this up here. So you know, Ross, you know, like he was a terrible Batman or whatever. But
I mean, I don't think he was bad. I think
he had a fucking Batman credit card. Shut the fuck up. It's so he had
that script. That nothing
he
to
had
do with
ice
him.
Skates on his fucking bat boots.
He knew he was going to see Mr. Freeze.
It hurts me as a person and as a fan. It's
I remember the preview to that because I was like, he says the Superman line in the preview. He's like, "This is why Superman works alone." So you're like, "Ooh, they dropped Superman!" You get all excited.
Yeah, guys. So these are a lot of bad movies.
Yes.
And you should not think that Wonder Woman 84. Well, I agree. Like, I will never watch it again.
I'll probably watch it another time.
I've happy watched it 3 times. I fucking didn't like it. I will never watch it again. But there are worse movies out there.
There are. I want to say, what movie do you like is right above it?
Batman Forever.
I think Batman Forever is way above it.
Do you think it's way above it?
That's just me. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's Howard the Duck, Wonder Woman 84. That's where my line's going. Like,
okay,
it's right there.
I think it's above Catwoman, Jonah Hex, Ghost Rider. It's above.
What about the sequel to Ghost Rider?
No, that
one's actually pretty good. Huh?
No, that one's also terrible. I think it's above those. It's above Batman and Robin. It's above X-Men Origins 1 and 2. Not Logan. It's above X3. Okay, so if I was ranking it, as I was saying, there's 100.
Is it the worst of the DC like universe right now?
Are we including Suicide Squad?
Yeah, that's part of the universe.
Then no.
Suicide Squad's train wreck.
That's terrible. I didn't like Birds of Prey, so that's.
I didn't mind Birds of Prey.
That's
okay.
fine.
It wasn't anything
like
great, but it wasn't like stupid. Like awful script.
I think this is better than Green Lantern. It's better than Birds of Prey. It's better than Suicide Squad. It's not as good as Batman versus Superman, which I didn't like. I don't think it's better. I haven't seen Man of Steel in forever, but that's not in the new DCU, so I don't know.
It is.
Is it included?
Man of Steel?
No. I said Superman Returns.
Oh no, that's not.
Yes, I'm saying that's not included.
That's in the Arrowverse.
Yeah, it's true. So I don't know. It's not good.
It's not.
It's not that good.
We do not recommend it,
guys. So news on the show. The Royal Rumble. So all of the wrestling fans, all 9 of you, I assume like wrestling because there's only 10. January 31st, Royal Rumble's happening. We were thinking, you know what? We know a friend who also has a podcast and is a huge wrestling fan, and we were like, you know what? Let's get that fucking guy on our show. Let's do some wrestling shit, man. So we are going to have a Geek Royal Rumble in our own wrestling promotion, which I'm calling GCW, Geek Championship Wrestling. And we are going to...
GCW.
We are going to recap the 2021 Royal Rumble for WWE. Then, but more fun, we are going to give you our dream matches that if we could have any wrestlers from any promotion, any point in time, we are going to give you our dream matches. So like Shawn Michaels versus like
Sting or something.
Yeah, maybe, or maybe Undertaker versus Sting, which is
maybe.
What
that's what a lot of people
everybody's always wanted, or maybe Rock versus Kenny Omega. Now, who knows? The fucking wrestling realm is endless for us to do this. We could bring in Okada, man. Who knows? You don't know who that even is. He doesn't know. He doesn't watch New Japan.
I do not.
I watch New Japan though. I don't. I talk about it as if I do, but I know I know a couple guys from there or whatever. I think that's gonna be a really big show. It's gonna be great. That's January 31st.
Allison probably will not be part of that show.
Probably. She's not coming back, guys. It's an all dude show now. Guys, thank you so much for letting us vent about Wonder Woman 84.
We need to get it off our chest. Like,
get that out there. We did,
the hate.
But
we had to release the hate.
It's not the most disappointing movie of all time. So pump the brakes. It's okay.
It's not okay.
You know, shit happens, guys. Yeah. It's not a big deal.
I mean, I'm scared now because like Patty Jenkins is supposed to do a Star Wars stuff. I'm like, I don't want her to.
She's supposed to do that, and she's doing like another Wonder Woman. Yeah. Ugh. I mean, like it could be the end of her entire career.
It could be.
You know,
hey, you mess up these two, you're done.
Right. Guys, so thank you so much for listening. We are back for the new year. It's going to be an awesome year. We have a green screen now. The options are endless now. Who knows what type of crazy shit I'm going to put up on this wall, man? So until next time, see ya.